friends, how you all doing? So yes, today I'm with the Royal Enfield Continental GT and I'm doing a very basic short review about this motorbike. I've had this motorbike with me for quite a few days now, thanks to my friend Mukesh, who owns this motorbike and given me the opportunity to have her at home and ride her and experience this machine. Now you would think, okay, Vikas, who keeps riding all big bikes most of the time, and he's been riding the Continental GT. So what would he say about this machine, correct? Now, you would think that, okay, he's kind of a horsepower addict, which I have mentioned many times that I love horsepower. I love very high speeds. So I would probably say that, Royal Enfield Continental GT is boring, is slow, it's got a lot of vibrations, and you would think I would say that why would anyone buy this motorbike, correct? No, absolutely wrong. Well, I'm a kind of person who believes that every motorcycle is different and it needs to be respected for what it is. Because see, we got to try and understand what the designer and the manufacturer had on their mind. What this motorbike is all about. Horsepower and speed is not everything in our life, correct? Many of the times it is about the feel. We got to understand why this motorbike is made and how we should be riding this motorbike. Don't always keep comparing these kind of motorbikes with other machines like the Duke 390 because they are meant for a completely different purpose. Now, I have quite a bit of a history behind the Royal Enfield Royal Enfield Continental GT. In the year 2014, right, when this motorbike was launched, I liked it. I liked it even before riding one. You know why? In general, earlier I was never really a hardcore Royal Enfield fan. But yes, I've always respected Royal Enfield because they are a very strong company and they have been here for a very long time. So I went ahead and booked a Royal Enfield Continental GT in the Secunderabad showroom. The reason being that I always wanted to own a cafe racer. Always. And I somehow feel connected with this retro feel, the feeling of, for, the people who don't know what cafe racer culture is, this all started in England in the 1960s. And there was a cafe, or is a cafe, I don't know, it's still there or not, but it is known as Ace Cafe. Yes, Ace Cafe. And that cafe was located outside London, where the speed limits would end. So that is where bikers of that era in the 1960s, they used to pimp up their motorcycles, put clip-on handlebars and kind of do tweaks to increase the horsepower, and they would ride to Ace Cafe and then meet up there, like a biker meetup, and then they would go and ride hard outside Ace Cafe from cafe to cafe, because that is where the speed limits ended in England that time. And Royal Enfield, even in that era, had a 250cc motorbike which was really fast for that era. It used to do 100 miles an hour, that is 160 kilometers an hour. So, well, here you go. Royal Enfield, as a matter of fact, I believe is the oldest motorcycle company which is still running and is a very strong and a profitable company. So I booked this motorcycle in the year 2014, but unfortunately I had to cancel my booking because, well, that is a time when the Suzuki GSX 1100F motorcycle which we have, that offer, it was on sale by a colonel in Delhi, and it is an absolute collector's model, only one in India. So we did not want to let it go, and we bought one. And that is where my money, which I had kept aside for the Royal Enfield Continental GT, got diverted towards buying the GSX 1100F. And I could not buy one, and I was really longing to ride this motorbike and feel her. And yes, I have been doing that for the past few days. So what the things that I've noticed. Point number one, this is not a cheap motorcycle. In India, we get it for 2 lakhs. But remember, we get it for 2 lakhs because it is manufactured in India. And if you buy this motorcycle in Europe or in UK, you would pay about 5,000 pounds. Yes, that's a lot of money, 5,000 pounds. That's 5 lakhs. And this motorbike is, as a matter of fact, premium motorcycle. You know why? Because let us start with the brakes. Yes, you see that right. Those are Brembo brakes. And these wheels that you see, these are not regular steel spoked wheels. These are aluminum alloy wheels. In general, we find aluminum alloy wheels only on very high-end brands like BMW and all that. But yes, we have it here. And steel braided lines, and the brakes work really well too. And the designer, I forgot his name, but he's a very renowned European designer. And of course, this motorcycle does not have that really cool looking single seat. My friend took it off, but it usually has a single seat with a cowl at the back, and it looks really, really cool. And this motorcycle makes the highest amount of horsepower any Royal Enfield motorcycle makes. It makes 29.5, I think so. And I have been able to do speeds of about 140 kilometers an hour. Yes, 140. And I was cruising at 120 kilometers an hour and even 130 kilometers an hour with ease. I was able to keep up with motorcycles like the RS200, which can do about 150 kilometers an hour, and even cruise along the KTM Duke 390. So this motorcycle can do good speeds because 130 kilometers an hour is fast in any standards, and it's got a lot of torque. And engineering wise, this motorcycle has the lightest flywheel that any Royal Enfield motorcycle has. So all this kind of engineering has been done, and it is a 535cc, not a 500cc. So this is a considerably smooth Royal Enfield. Not if you ride Royal Enfield classic motorbikes, they would have quite a bit of vibration, as a matter of fact oscillation, but this motorbike is pretty cool that way. I did not face any issue with the vibrations. And this motorbike has so much torque that I have ridden this motorbike in city bumper to bumper traffic, and the best part is that you don't have to keep changing gears. You don't have to keep downshifting. You can just stay in the 4th gear all the while, and even if you go down to 20 kilometers an hour, this motorbike has so much torque that she would pull you out of any traffic situations. And Royal Enfield also gives you an option of an aftermarket exhaust. This is not an aftermarket exhaust, I think. This is not. That sounds a little louder. And even the shocks, the race shocks are really nice. I like them. And this, the clip-on bars are sporty enough. I was able to tuck down all the way and touch the tank with ease, and they are still comfortable if you don't wish to tuck down and do long rides. I can do 1,000 kilometers on this motorcycle without facing an issue. So she looks pretty for me, and well, we might be able to find 100 not so good things, but remember, we get this motorcycle only for 2 lakhs, correct? And yes, 2 lakhs is a considerable amount of money, but not for an internationally known cafe racer model, because Royal Enfield Continental GT is indeed an internationally known cafe racer model, and it has its presence in Europe, America, and parts of UK. So if you don't like this motorbike, if you wish to buy other cafe racers, you can. But imagine if you have to buy a Triumph or any other Norton or any of them, you would be spending about 10 times more money than this motorcycle. So this is indeed an amazing value for money proposition. So that is it, friends. Nothing else from my side. Remember, as I said, every motorcycle is different, and we need to respect the motorcycle for what it is. And do let me know if you have any questions. And yes, I would definitely put my money on this motorcycle. Alright, friends. Bye bye.